What even is a necropolis? A necropolis is a cemetery, especially a large one belonging to an ancient city. Thank you for watching this episode of What Even Is. In all actuality, Necropolis is a roguelike game that just came out on Steam. It's been compared to Dark Souls, but in roguelike form on account of its sort of slow hack and slash combat, and this is my first time with the game and our first impressions. I've only launched it to make sure that it runs and have a look through the settings, which we'll go through now. So you can see the very first thing that it does is look through your friends list, and then you can bring it up in game without having to go to the Steam menu to invite people. Over here in options, we have some settings. You can view the controls. Now, I've done this on keyboard, and the keys aren't rebindable, which is really strange. Normally, pretty much every game nowadays has rebindable keys. And in fact, I'm a little bit worried that the lack of ability to rebind is going to mess me up, at least at first, because I'm used to playing these games with a custom control set. And I say these games, I'm used to playing Dark Souls with a custom control set, and I can't use that, and so I'm worried about the gameplay being similar messing me up. So you got, invert y-axis, look sensitivities, vibration on the controller, privacy, so you can actually set your games to be open and let people drop in, but since this is a co-op game, I figure I'm just gonna leave it on invite only and go on a solo adventure through this dungeon. Whether or not to show player names and the language of the game. Audio is pretty standard, master volume, SFX, and music, and I'm actually going to turn down the master volume some for my own sake, because that's kind of loud. I figure probably it's better for you guys now that I've done that too. So then, video. I don't know how I wound up with that wonky resolution. The game just kind of did that on its own. But my monitor can't do resolutions higher than 1920 by 1080. I'm not a 4K person or anything like that. I'm just a 144 hertz person, but that's my personal preference. You got gamma, VSync, anti-aliasing, and then in advanced options you get some more stuff. Resolution scale slider, SSAO, SS reflections, soft particles, and then quality for pretty much everything. I'm not terribly worried about any of this because this game, as you might be able to tell, isn't super graphically intensive. And with that out of the way, we're gonna dive in to our very first game. And it seems like editing character left right changes gender, and up down changes color, I suppose. We're gonna go with this sweet black and yellow look and start the game. Those aren't words. And we start with a terrible joke. So we get, it's pretty Lord of the Ringsy. 4 rings for the Thalan kings under the stars. But then he accidentally said orange, and well, So dodging feels pretty standard. Whoa. What was up with that? So I can't tell if that's a shield bash or a parry. Blocking, jumping, dodging. Trying to just get a feel for everything. I accidentally used my food. Yep. And that's heavy attacks, and whoa, did that get rid of my stamina bar. Oh, he's only been asleep about 5 hours. That animated really strangely. So it looks like there are stairs going down. There's also a big honking hole in the floor. I can't tell if this is like running at a weirdly bad frame rate, or if that's just how those things animate. Yeah, so pretty much I understand this controller layout. I'm just gonna get to it and get down into the Necropolis. Hopefully that mistake early on of eating my food and then wasting a bunch of stamina on a charged heavy attack won't come back to bite me too hard. So these guys don't put up a whole lot of a fight. Need to take a second to get some stamina bar back, but... Okay, so blocking takes stamina, it stuns me and them some, but them more. So it looks like picking up that first sword just replaced my old one outright, and I can't get it back. Don't really know what interacting with that did. Okay, so I wanted to pick up the other stuff here before I checked out that elevator. Yeah, I think that's just how those animate, which is really rather strange. Hopefully interacting with this brings the elevator back. Yes, that is what that does. So I do appear to have two kinds of currency in the top right. I don't really know what they do. Oh. Hello, Pyramid Man. So I want to become invisible, slay skeletons, and neutralize Nagual, whatever those are. I guess those are my objectives. Does the scriptorium hold for someone of your unique intellect? Picture books. Great, so he's insulting my intelligence. What a jerk. Can read, what a pleasant surprise. Unlock and equip codexes. Unlocked codexes will be available for the next adventurer. I don't have any of that currency. I assume I'm gonna get it at the end of runs. The controls feel pretty good. It's a little bit less responsive than you know, your Dark Souls or something like that. But then again, not everything can be at that tier of quality. I'm gonna run around and pick up all this money. Gaze upon me, I am the Brazen Head. He wants me to restore order here, and he'll give me tokens of favor, which I assume is the currency that I don't have any of. Can interact with this person? Ah, this is a shop. I see. So you can see there's a little bit of comedy in the writing here. Let's see. Rations, rotten food. I think I'm not gonna buy anything right now, just because I don't really know what's a bold choice. Okay, whatever. We have to pick a door. Let's go. So yeah, as you may have gathered, I know nothing about this game going in. I've barely watched any gameplay in the build up to its release. Never played it before, haven't played any of the demos or anything. Those were all at events anyway. Did that door close? No, that door did not close behind us. What are you? Come back here. So you've dropped some sort of other shield, which seems to have the exact same moveset. I may try to use that, see if it's a shield bash or if it's a parry. Nope, not breakable. So we're moving on. Aid me, mortal, by returning the treasured amulet of Seul. Chop chop. It is a shield bash, looks like. Because the enemy wasn't attacking and got bashed back there. Trap? Not a trap. What? Oh, yep, trap. I just didn't stand on it long enough the first time. I grow exhausted. Fantastic. So this is the place where I assume eating that food would have been really helpful. Are you? Is that a mimic? Or did the chest just do that in this game? I'd lay money on that being a mimic. I'm gonna smack that chest. I'm not gonna open it. Yes, I can interact with that. Loot it. Are you... No? Oh, there's some kind of bird in here. This is a shop. Huh. So these are recipes that I can craft, huh? I'm gonna take a second to read through these real quick, because if I can get a recipe for something, something nice. Arcane food. Okay. I still don't know how to craft at all. That definitely doesn't do it. I do have my inventory here. My guard robes. Crafting. So I need arcane dust to make that. But I can go ahead and make a ration. Okay. And I... Oh god, I stood on... a trap like a dummy. So that did restore some of my stamina and health. This is kind of a monster hunter deal. I don't really want to prevent monsters from attacking, so I'll just move on from here. These just red crystal. Ooh. Hello. You did not. Whoa. You really didn't care about me. Okay, I wonder if they can trigger these traps. They can. Ugh. So I'm trying to bring them around here, do some kiting to make that easier to deal with, and that's worked out pretty nicely, weakening them up with the traps. I like the ability to play that way in the dungeon down here, you know, being able to basically just use the dungeon fairly, you know, things that affect you seem to also affect the enemies that you're fighting, which is nice. Just gonna hold up my shield. Whew. Dashed around. Okay, so I don't know how I feel about some of these enemies having attacks with what appears to be basically no lead up. Maybe I ought to just be, oh, God. I don't appear to have any kind of... Oh, there it is. Okay, so if I click into the left stick, I can sprint. Do the same thing. Pull these guys through the traps. So you just... It seems like I just take a really, truly brutal amount of damage. Okay, so those power attacks do clear out enemies pretty effectively. What am I looking at here? Raya Blade. I mean, it looks cool, so I'll take one. Trying not to get hit by these traps as I'm going through here. Cracked longsword is the same tier, which I guess means it can't be that much better, right? And I'm dead. So yeah, the damage numbers seem massive, and to be honest, the combat is pretty weird. Just like, it doesn't seem to have the same weight to it that Dark Souls combat does. When you hit somebody in Dark Souls, it really feels like you hit somebody. When somebody hits you in Dark Souls, it really feels like they hit you. And, that's just not what we're dealing with here. When I hit enemies, it just barely feels like anything happens. So I'm gonna do one more run. We're gonna try out the game one more time during this what even is video, and after that we'll take a moment to, you know, reflect on our experiences, and then I'm gonna change this into a Geometrist Plays series, because I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while, and I'd like to, you know, actually see what it has to offer. More than just, you know, doing the one video on it. Now, admittedly, this may be a game that I play some off camera on account of it being cooperative. I wonder if sprinting actually tires me out or if it just uses stamina quickly. Because I don't really understand the mechanics. So this is the Necropolis of Abraxas, apparently. See, so that heavy attack animation takes for honestly all my attack animations seem to take a long time. So I am able to block, but whoop. So it seems like that shield bash doesn't do a whole lot. Also, I appear to be able to hold my standard attacks. Okay, but charging them all the way up again does a special attack that drains my stamina. It's probably a mechanic that needs to be looked into. So everything's green this time instead of blue. I guess. I don't know how much of a difference that'll make. But this time I'm not gonna just waste my resources. I'm not gonna eat that food right out the gate again. Yeah, okay. So I don't have any of those yet. I'm gonna just pick up the goodies scattered around the floor here because there's no reason to start myself at a disadvantage. Some rotten food. I'll try going the other way. It doesn't have the shopkeeper this time. Okay, so right on the D-pad changes weapons, up and down cycles through my items. So it seems like the Brazen Head just warns you off of basically any course of action you decide to take, not just a particular one. So I'm not convinced it really matters which way you go out the gate. So the enemies can hit each other. That could be extremely useful. Also, it seems like potentially one of my fastest attacks is to short hop and hit the attack button. Is this faster? Yes, it's much faster. So I'm going to take this Screamer Blade and use it because I feel like I'm going to prefer being fast to having those like long wind-ups. So apparently I need to mark the ground with chalk, exterminate vermin, and become invisible. So I can make Adventurer's Chalk, but I need Arcane Dust. As I need that for the Endurance Potion here. Great pick-me-up for those suffering from gout, rheumatism, sword eye. So it doesn't actually tell me what it does. And I mean, that's actually pretty common in these kinds of games. I'm gonna see how the rotten food treats me. Was food? Kind of. It appears not to have hurt me in any way. So, okay. Hello. Lock him. Trade some hits in, and yeah, I'm gonna keep the Screamer Blade, but I don't know that those are really much different. Hello? Bonk. Okay, so I was able to block that with my shield. The camera went a little wonky there. That guy's down. I already established that I don't like cracked longswords, so I'm just going to leave that. So I'm trying to kind of play a hit-and-run style. Yeah, so these guys are all buddy-buddy with each other. Let's see. kill those. Yeah, I'll just turn on them with that, and seems to have done quite a bit of work. Bonk you with that, and we've cleared them out. Okay, so those charge up attacks definitely do a whole lot of carrying. They can really hit a huge number of enemies, and that's something that's very akin to like sort of really old school. Okay, so those trap me, noted, don't stand in them. It's very akin to like old school arcade brawlers, right, where you could spend health in those to do power attacks, and you know, while it's not health, obviously stamina is an important resource because it determines how much you can do while you're down here. Still don't have any arcane dust. I wonder if I can like sneak up on these guys and do like a backstab, Dark Souls style. That's a hard no. So go ahead and try to time that out and then duck away. Okay, that was an attack. So I can't tell, but I do seem to be growing exhausted from doing jump attacks more than regular attacks. Okay, we'll get out of there. So I do seem to not take damage while I'm doing the shield bash. At the very least, like, the shield seemed to have stopped the damage from hitting me. So that's good to know. Also, this sword appears to be electrified. I don't know if that has any practical effect, but it looks cool, and so I'm going to use it. Go ahead and make some of this adventurer's chalk. Not that I know what it does. And what happens when I use this? Hello. I need to exterminate vermin. There we go. Okay. I don't know that did anything, really. But, game wants me to do it a bunch of times. I'll do it a bunch of times. You know, I mean, whatever. I assume that I get some kind of reward for completing those objectives. Otherwise, it would be pretty silly to have them in the game, right? So you don't have any kind of, like, ground stab, you know, some kind of finisher on enemies, but knocking them down still leaves them helpless to resist you attacking. That's new. I want to kill you first. Whoop, get out of that. Just bonk you, and then lay into him. Okay. What the hell are these? Ow. Okay. Gonna try and circle strafe here. Dodge whenever they attack. Ow. Did these spawn in the room behind me? Or what here? Gonna take a moment, stand behind this pillar to eat some rotten food. Bonk. And then tear him up. Okay. So that does seem to be a pretty solid strat. I wonder if I advance while shielded. Yeah, I can block those. And they do still get knocked down by the shield bash, so I'm going to continue using that as my primary form of advancement. Do you do anything? Tier 1 shield. You have a faster bash? No. So that may be a purely aesthetic choice. 2-0 blade. What is happening? Is it not possible to kill all the enemies? Is that what I'm seeing here? Whoa. Okay, so these guys fight each other at least. That's nice for me. Not them. Nope, that's a trap. Bonk. Slash, slash. And then run away. So this seems to be kiting enemies seems to be pretty important here. They just sort of hoard up and follow you around. Enemies are very aggressive, especially as compared to, like, you know, Dark Souls, where enemies tend to be more, like, patient. They tend to, you know, stop, wait, see what you're gonna do. I mean, not really see what you're gonna do, but... Right? Nah, didn't hit him. So I was trying to trick that enemy into hitting his buddy. I may just need to keep moving through the Necropolis and not get hung up on trying to clear rooms. It's just my instinct in roguelikes is to clear all the rooms to get all of the potential rewards. And doing that here has gotten me in a whole lot of fights. We'll go ahead and craft some more adventurer's chalk. Mark the ground with that in here for what good it does. But it's potentially, that could just be something that we're in general supposed to use to mark where we've been. Maybe I should have made that one harder. It's no fun when you return intact. That sure is a magic scroll and an unknown potion. Let's just sprint over here and kill this thing. Is that? Oh, am I done killing vermin? Neat. That's good. Oh, what are you? Pariah blade. Nope. Nope, nope. Okay, I see. So, basically, as I come up here, I'm going to want to mark the ground with chalk to show that this is a way that I've already been. Since I don't appear to have any sort of mapping. Bonk. And yeah, okay. So this game's combat seems pretty straightforward. I'm not having that much trouble with it now that I actually understand what's happening. I do like the art style. I think that's one thing to comment on. The art style here is pretty unique. It's very just slick and clean. Fungus, metal, and ancient bones. I just wonder as to, like, the depth of this combat. I wonder if new enemy types will make this any more challenging. Because right now, I do sort of seem to be just steamrolling enemies. Ooh, when I do that jump attack, I get a nifty effect. And that killed him in 2. Probably gonna need to eat soon. I'll just have a bite of the crappy rotten food since I don't really need to heal. Oh, move, move, move. Okay, we're good. I'll just get on top of him and cut him down. So we haven't seen any interesting new weapons or anything. But it does look like I'm starting to run into having a lot of ways to go. My game just saved. That's odd. Wonder if that means I'm making progress. Okay, so there's another one of those red crystals that spawns some fairly difficult enemies. Let's just hit them with a couple of these jump attacks. Okay, so getting hit during a heavy attack did interrupt me. And there I just confirmed that that shield bash definitely makes me not take damage during it. I'm actually going to take a little bit of time to explore around here. I'm going to mark this spot with chalk so that I know if I get back here that this is a way forward. And I don't think I'm in dire enough straits to chug that potion straight away. Just hit him a couple of times. I messed it up. Ooh, he didn't go down when I shield bonked him either. Oh. Oh god. I don't know what that is. I don't appear to be able to kill it. That may just be a trap. Because, I mean... Let's see what this scroll does. Deafening shockwave stuns your foes. Okay, I'm gonna sprint in and capitalize on that. Do some damage while they're all stunned. And is he really just stuck there? Because if so, that's actually kind of sad as far as the AI goes. If they just get stuck on one another and can't like path find their way around. Hello. So there is a chest here. I'm interested to see what kind of items we could get out of it. Ooh. Not a mimic. I don't even know if those are in this game. I'm just paranoid about chests. So I have another unknown potion. Did I just hear like a chicken or something? That was weird. I could have sworn I heard like a chicken balk at me. Is that sword just on the ground, or I think I've been over here? Yeah. Okay. So we've fully looped around. Interesting. So we got a curved short sword that swings pretty fast, and it's a tier 1 blade, which is, I'm assuming, better. Yeah, so here's this guy. Where did you come from? Like, do places not get cleared out in this game? I don't know what the deal with that is. I'm still a little bit iffy on the exact mechanics here. So I need to mark the ground one more time, but I'm out of crystals. Come back here. I want to murder you. Yes. It didn't drop anything, but since one of those actually dropped something really useful, I figure I might as well invest the effort into killing them. Picker. I don't think I have any recipes that use that. But having this tier 1 weapon seems to have increased my damage output quite a bit. Which is, of course, really handy. Just block you and then... I wonder if I do more damage when they're reeling from a block like that. I certainly seem to be doing a lot of damage, but it's really hard to tell without any kind of like damage numbers showing up to tell you if you're doing a lot of damage. I want to sprint away here, and I'm going to zigzag some. Duck behind here and eat my food. Sustenance means that the food was actually useful. Ha ha ha! He got shot in the back. Hilarious. I do really enjoy that. That's something that's pretty unique in this kind of game, seeing enemies all being able to hurt each other. And one of the few things that I do know about the game beforehand is that if you're playing co-op, your buddies can hit you and hurt you and ruin your day entirely. I think I do actually do bonus damage if I'm blocking. And it does seem like enemies get staggered if you hit them during an attack animation. They just don't stagger if you smack them when they're not in an animation. So you can interrupt, but you can't just stun lock them. I'm gonna go ahead and make one more arcane dust here. Mark the ground, or not make arcane dust, make adventurer's chalk, and just mark the ground with it. Not for any actual reason, gameplay wise, but just because it was something that I was asked to do by the Brazen Head, which I assume that's some kind of reward. The trouble is that I am still assuming that. So my strategy of backing up and trying to time out heavy attacks kind of backfired on me there, as that enemy was able to, you know, come in and get a hit off on me. I'm gonna drink this darker potion, see what happens. I am paralyzed. Fortunately, I did that away from enemies, so I don't think that I'll get killed. But holy crap, does that last a long time. What do you do? I needed that. Hello. Hold on, I need to look at my shields. I don't remember if I'm using... Yeah, these are both tier 1 shields, so I'll try using this other one. Also, that was interactable. Need to make sure that I don't miss things like that. But yeah, that's just one weird thing is it seems like there's not really a whole lot of good way to tell what exactly is happening in this game. You know, basically, I don't know how much damage I'm doing, other than by just measuring how many hits it's taking to kill these enemies. I have no indication. There are no stats on the items other than these tiers. And, I mean, the combat is pretty satisfying, which is good. It's also interesting that you can't pick up items while your shield is up. So while maybe not the most incentive, you do have a reason to not just walk around with your shield up 100% of the time. Which is definitely a thing that happens in Dark Souls. Let's open that up. Unknown potion. Didn't interrupt him at all. So that may just be some sort of hidden stat. You know, I like the way it looks. I don't understand the differences. I'm just gonna pick it up and roll with it. So I've got another unknown potion. Got some metal. Nothing from him. I don't seem to have any, like, crossroads of any kind right now. So no reason to make more chalk since I'm done with that objective. What are you? Arcane food. Interesting. Whew! Canceled out of that at the right time, but it is kind of odd that, like... Yeah, I can cancel out of the middle of, like, heavy attack animations, things like that. Hello. I wonder if those are, like, things that are supposed to... Oh god, I'm confused. That's bad. Does that just amount to being slower? If so, that's not so bad. Good to know. I don't think there's any way to throw potions, though, so I don't know what the deal is of, like, whether I'm supposed to get rid of bad ones, or just, you know, suck it up and not use them. They could be like bad pills in the Binding of Isaac, and you just are supposed to accept that they exist and not do anything about it. I'm gonna craft myself. I guess I'll make one of these, see what it does, and then also make an iron ration because I need to heal. You do feel healthier. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So that is a health potion. Torn flesh. Oh wow, that healed me for a lot too. Okay, so we got something of a crossroads here. So I can't cancel into shielding, only into attacking. So I'm trying to figure out if, like, marking the ground with dust maybe stops these things from spawning. That is potentially the case. Nothing over here. Okay, so actually I still don't really need to mark the ground that bad. Go ahead and make more chalk anyway. Wish I knew what it did. Oh, we have a door here. Interesting. Go ahead and kill the crap out of that, and let's... 200 gems. Sure. I can do that. What secrets do you hold? You hold an elevator. Okay, so the water doesn't do anything to us. Gonna amble around and, what What's up with you, Glowy Pond? Gain power and defense, calligraphy, and small talk. I'm trying to figure out if small talk is just a joke. Defense, and your ability to be charming in mixed company. Okay. So, I mean, if nothing else, my health increased by quite a bit there. Now, I'm curious, what's over here? Because there seems to be a bunch of books, and there's an actual ladder, which is odd. Anything up here, or is this just for fluff? This ladder appears to have been for fluff, which I am somewhat disappointed in. Didn't take fall damage there, so that makes me question if fall damage is actually a thing. I only have 2 of these tokens of favor. So I can't buy anything. Those aren't interactable. I'm just gonna go on down. I wonder if I have those objectives on every floor, or if those are like for the run, and then when they're done, they're done. So, the Brazen Head thinks that I should have a better sword because it's dangerous. Also, I don't know about you all watching, but God, is this gorgeous. I think that this is absolutely stunning. I love the art style here. Requires 1 token. So I guess I could spend my tokens of favor on a chest right now in the run, or I could decide to not do that and keep them to buy the things from the books. I'm going to keep them to buy the things from the books because it seems like that that might not be transitory. This floor was spotless last weekend until the grind threw a kegger. Well, it seems like the grind know how to have fun anyway. Let's see how much fun they have when I'm here. Whoa. Okay, hello. I'm gonna open this door. This is just a room. So there are baddies in here. Cracked longswords. Crap. So, got some crafting reagents. And the statue, I mean, is neat. It doesn't appear to do anything, so considering that, I'm just gonna leave, move on. That guy looks new. I haven't seen one of him yet. So, I haven't found much need to use the lock-on function yet. Partly because the enemies seem to tend to group up and run at you, rather than like trying to flank and surround you or really do any maneuvers other than move straight ahead and try to attack you. Like, I haven't seen any dodging from them, anything that would make me want to lock on to try and keep track of them. And this guy just looks like he's stuck between 2 rocks. He's got kind of a clockwork thing going on, looks like. Just keep doing that until he dies. Can I bonk you? Didn't go down, but I can. I wonder if that's the difference in the shields. Like, I wonder if the big shield does better at knocking enemies down when I bash them, whereas the small one just staggers them. Why are you blue? No reason? Well, anywho, I have another Exterminate Vermin quest, so I guess I might as well murder those. Don't know what immolators are, but the game wants me to defeat those. Ooh, that dude has a shield. That's different. See, like, I may want to lock on to try and circle strafe Shield Man. That seems like a potential reason to use it. Or I could just shield bash him and then lay into him when he's on the ground. I like this tower shield kind of deal that's going on here. Again, I don't know any of the differences. I don't know if that's just like purely cosmetic or what. Yeah, I'm gonna do that same thing that I did before and mark the starting point of this intersection with chalk. In particular, I'm gonna put it in this doorway so that I know that this is a door not to come back through. And with that, I'm gonna move on. This may just circle around on itself. These guys fighting each other? Or what? Because there was some swinging going on there for sure. You're big. Slow too, but your attack seems to like kind of fly into a rage. Means you could probably be used for hitting other enemies, which go ahead and knock him down, dodge out of the way of that, and kill him. An axe. Huh? So the axe has a different third swing. It still has a vertical heavy attack. I just don't know when I'm ever gonna use that third swing, because you know, with enemies not getting staggered by the first two, I'm more or less gonna need to just wail on people. And I guess I can do it when they're on the ground for being bashed. But yeah, it definitely seems like I was probably right about the bigger shields having better knockdown chance, for what it's worth. I don't know if that's like doing constant damage or what, but the enemies seem to stay red when I'm doing the axe spin. Still paranoid about those mimics. Standard ration. Okay. Oh, oh, I missed him with the bonk. Maybe that's why you lock on. Where did that thing go? There was an enemy there. I'm not crazy. Are you shooting at me? Are you magic? Hold up. That's a left-hand item? Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I have a projectile weapon. I'll say. So that's vermin eliminated. Did that give me a coin? Is that what that does? Okay. I'm gonna eat a standard ration here. Get some of that stamina back. It's starting to get too low for comfort. Now I'm getting all these gems and money, and I haven't found a place to spend it besides that. Oh, are you a suicide bomber? Or doing weird stuff, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely a suicide bomber. Hit me with that Allahu Akbar! Hello? Bonk. Those explode. Good to know. Everything explodes now. This is just the suicide bombing level, apparently. Does this not run out of charges? Does it just consume stamina? Because if so, then I can like keep crafting rations. And let's just take a moment, memorize this. 2 torches. That's where I came from. There doesn't seem to be any difference in like the heavy and light attacks. Also, it does not seem to do a whole lot of damage for how tired it's making me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna declare that not worthwhile. I need food badly. Don't tell me when I need to eat, game. I know how much I need food. I see my stamina bar. I can see that it's low enough that I'm never using that wand again. Though I wonder if needing food badly is like making me do less damage or something. Anywho, I'd like to just craft a standard ration or two. Because I don't think I have enough stamina to really worry about using these, well, maybe I should worry about using higher tier food. That didn't help as much as I was hoping. Let's see how much I get out of an iron ration. Not a lot, but feeling my strength return probably means that I'm doing more damage or something like that. To be honest, I can't tell. I mean, I know that roguelikes have this idea of being, you know, a little bit obtuse when it comes to actually telling you what's going on in the game. But this seems to be taking that to an extreme. The game's not telling me what anything does. Those rats seem to drop essential oil. And I do believe I've looped around behind the entrance to this area that I was at. I'm not finding any more potions or things like that. I don't know why that would have changed. Is that one of those, like, pyramid things? The small ones? It sounds like it. Come here. Backing away. You're just gonna... Okay. So it does seem like that last hit from the axe has some knockdown power, at least. That's interesting to note. Of course, I could just be talking out my ass. That could have been a random chance for all I know. Don't want to get hit by that. That one's down. With that, that means that I can... So if he blocks the shield bash, that wins. Don't know how I feel about that as a mechanic, but whatever. He's down and I'm not, so... Now I'm coming back here because I'm trying to figure out if I loop back to where the entrance of the area was or not, because I'm not at this juncture 100% sure on that. Yeah, this looks like this is the entrance of the area, which does mean that I was looping around. Next time I grow exhausted, I'll craft some more food, but I don't want to waste it on you know, nothing basically. Go ahead and cut those guys down. I wonder if I shouldn't just be a little bit more aggressive with my health bar, because I mean, it comes back every time I eat, and I'm having to eat for stamina anyway. So it may not be a terrible idea to just go ahead and say, you know, screw it and just swing and take down enemies faster. But this game doesn't seem all that hard right now. I mean, like, I'm sort of just rolling through here without much resistance. Hello. I definitely didn't need the gift from the Brazen Head for the favor token cost. Okay. He knocked me, yeah, down entirely. That attack's pretty brutal. Let's go ahead and just see what this does. Mystical energy restores your body. So that seems to just do whatever it has to do to heal you up, which, I mean, is nice. Go ahead and make a couple of iron rations so that I'm ready to go. I mean, I have a bunch of the ingredients that I need for that, so it's not like I'm losing anything by crafting them. Still don't know how to accomplish this become invisible thing. Yeah, so there's your reason to lock on, so you don't just accidentally whiff heavy attacks and get smacked in the face. But the enemies don't seem to be doing enough damage to worry me all that much. I see another openable door back here, so I'm gonna just move towards that. I also saw an enemy lurking around here. Easy peasy. 200 gems. So this might be the end of the floor. Since that was kind of what happened last time. Yeah. Just come over here and see what the book says. What do you say, book? Man, I ain't hungry. I already ate 3 weeks ago. Eating's overrated. Anything else cost 3? Yeah. Melozapan has done many things. This book is most of them. The I Never Thought I'd Finish Guide to Recipes. Sure. I don't know what it does. To give me more crafting recipe. Hold on. So I have that now. Doesn't seem to like be reducing the cost of any of my recipes or anything like that. Can I get cheaper blessings? No, the blessing costs the exact same amount that it did at the end of the last floor. So what's the deal here? Stairs going up is strange, considering the theme seems to be that I go down floors in this game. What are you? Iron ration. Always nice. This video is running pretty long. Whenever I finish exploring this hallway, I'm probably going to just call it and continue this in the next video. So this is a scholar from the Tower of Inculcation would give a right eye for a chance to see this. Probably your right eye, but an eye nonetheless. Do you do anything? I can't interact with it. I mean, it's neat that it's there, but... So falling damage is a thing, just not enough to care. Okay, so this is, probably where I'm gonna call this video, since this is like an hour long. I'll, get back to you guys in the next episode. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time.